Hello, I'm Dr. James Joseph and welcome to Toxic Fog 5, Microplastics and Hormone Disruption. In this presentation, I'll explore the alarming connections between environmental pollutants and human health. Let's begin. Recently, my team and I have detected a significant rise in hormonal abnormalities in our patients, which could be linked to the toxic fog reported across parts of the globe in early 2025. Our primary focus here is on microplastics, with an emphasis on their well-studied hormone-disruptive ingredient, bisphenol A, or BPA. The purpose of this presentation is to offer a simple model to help understand how these issues are intimately connected. The images you see here represent our interpretations based on comparisons with published research. They illustrate how our findings align with global evidence on environmental contamination and its health impacts. Microplastics are essentially degraded plastic waste, while nanoplastics are even smaller degraded versions of those. Both can accumulate in human tissues and interact directly with our hormone receptors, leading to significant disruptions. Let's connect microplastics to nanotechnology. These particles function at a nanoscale, enabling them to infiltrate our biological systems in ways that larger pollutants simply cannot. This all traces back to 1907, with the invention of the first synthetic plastic, bakelite. That breakthrough launched the plastic era, but it has led to the environmental buildup we're grappling with today. Now, we're facing the long-term health consequences. Bisphenol A, or BPA, provides rigidity to plastics, while phthalates add flexibility. These chemicals structurally resemble our natural hormones, allowing them to mimic and interfere with our biological processes. This brings us to molecular mimicry. Estrogen receptors are rigid, testosterone receptors flexible. BPA and phthalates resemble these but act as imposters. BPA is particularly pervasive and one of the most studied endocrine disruptors. Imagine estradiol fitting into rigid receptors like an Allen wrench into a socket cap screw. BPA mimics this rigidity, disrupting proper estrogen binding and creating havoc. Phthalates mimic flexible hormone pathways, blocking receptors like plastic wrap obstructing a socket, which prevents normal hormone function. This diagram centers on nuclear receptor activation, with a DNA double helix surrounded by hormone pathways. Disruptions can impact hormones, neurotransmitters, and cancer pathways. These examples are just a glimpse into the broad spectrum of chronic diseases linked to this. Now, consider the endocrine glands disrupted by BPA and phthalates. They regulate everything from reproduction to metabolism. On the left, sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone are affected. BPA mimics estrogen, sending false signals that suppress testosterone production. On the right, hormones such as cortisol, insulin, and thyroid are disrupted, leading to various health issues. The hypothalamus, rich in estrogen receptors, synthesizes oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Estrogen promotes its release, but BPA, as a partial agonist or antagonist, disrupts this regulation. This shows the hypothalamus as a stress response hub, signaling adrenal glands to release cortisol and adrenaline. Disruptions result in increased heart rate, blood pressure, and metabolic changes, worsening chronic stress. BPA interferes with vitamin D activation enzymes, reducing calcium absorption, increasing parathyroid hormone, and causing bone demineralization. This can lead to osteopenia, osteoporosis, and vitamin D deficiency. These imbalances are linked to hormone-sensitive cancers, where disrupted pathways promote abnormal cell growth. For solutions, cyclodextrin, a donut-shaped sugar molecule, shows promise for binding nanoplastics and BPA. Activated charcoal can absorb ingested particles, and dandelion root supports liver detox and excretion. In conclusion, microplastics from toxic fog can dysregulate our entire hormone system via BPA and phthalates, mimicking estrogen and testosterone. This connects to serious chronic diseases, including cancer. Given the increase in abnormalities we've seen, my team and I are concerned about a potential surge. We appreciate feedback from specialists to find solutions together.
For further reading, here are key references from studies in endocrine reviews and environmental health perspectives. Thank you for joining me. Let's address this urgent issue collaboratively.